First breaking news, both the Newport Folk and Jazz festivals have been canceled. Organizers say it's too great a risk to hold the huge concerts.
People who have tickets can either get refunds or put them towards next year. Organizers made the announcement just after Governor Raimondo announced no large events would be allowed this summer.
At the same time, the governor says Rhode Island is in a plateau. The health department reported more than 300 new cases today, and the number of people in the hospital went up slightly from yesterday, though the governor says we are not seeing a spike. Unfortunately, the health department reports another 12 Rhode Islanders have died, bringing the state's death toll to 251.
Today, the governor also addressed the more than $1 billion the state is set to receive in federal aid. Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian joins us now live from the State House with today's developments. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Shannon. Well, as you mentioned, the Newport Jazz and Folk Festivals are now canceled for this summer. And as of right now, at least June and July here in Rhode Island are set to look a whole lot different this year.
It's really important that we take it easy this summer.
Summertime in Rhode Island is set to begin without many of the events we've come to know, love, and look forward to.
If you're planning a very large summer gathering, a 4th of July parade, a large music festival, a huge cultural event with hundreds and hundreds of people, you are not going to be able to have that event in the state of Rhode Island this summer.
Governor Gina Raimondo saying Wednesday it pained her to deliver the news that's likely to impact events through at least August.
If you are planning a summer wedding in June, in July, of greater than 50 people, it's not likely you're going to be able to have that wedding in person this summer in Rhode Island if it's 50 people or more.
We are going with what the science is telling us right now. We know that as people come together, even with the best intentions, a large crowd, such as a parade, significantly increases the risk.
Raimondo says she knows canceling these events will be a major blow to the tourism and hospitality sectors and hopes to use some of the federal money being siphoned into Rhode Island to help. The governor also planning to use that more than $1 billion to assist nursing homes and hospitals, public safety, and municipalities.
To make sure that as many of these dollars as possible get into the economy, get into the hands of Rhode Islanders and the hands of our businesses, so we can begin the hard work of lifting everybody out from this economic crisis.
Okay, so how about a little bit brighter news? The governor says she expects to have some more guidance on parks and beaches on Friday, and she tells me she hopes it will be a very hopeful message. She also tells me, quote, "We are going to have a fun summer." Live at the State House, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News. In addition to that guidance on large summer gatherings, today the director of the Department of Health took some time to revisit an issue that we've been tracking, the fact that Latinos are disproportionately impacted by the coronavirus here in Rhode Island. Today she took some time to drill into the rate of infection in minority communities.
Consistent with what we found last week when we shared the raw numbers, we saw with rates that the Latino community still seems to be the most significantly impacted community in terms of cases. There are roughly 1,129 cases for every 100,000 Latino Rhode Islanders. When looking at the rates, we also found that the African American community in Rhode Island is very significantly impacted as well. Within our African American communities, we saw that there have been 911 cases for every 100,000 African American Rhode Islanders. These two numbers, the 1,129 for Latinos and 911 for African Americans, compare to 220 cases for every 100,000 Caucasian Rhode Islanders. We also looked at the rate of hospitalizations and deaths. What I just shared was the rate of COVID-19 cases. For hospitalizations, a higher rate of African Americans and Latinos with COVID-19 were hospitalized when compared to Caucasian people in Rhode Island. When it comes to deaths, we see that the rates are more or less consistent across all races.
So the doctor says they use this data to determine where disparities exist and then try to address them. She says she knows there is more work to be done. A programming note, tomorrow's press briefing will be geared towards school children. It will again move back to its normally scheduled time of 1 o'clock. Live at the State House, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.